What's good, everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Smoking and Grilling. But today we making our homemade lemon pepper seasoning, and you guys are gonna be doing it with me, AB. Hey, listen, super simple. I put it out there in my lemon pepper video. Did you guys want to see this series? And let's get it started. I read my emails, you know what I mean? And you guys dropped it in the comments and said you want to see it. So we finna start off. This will be episode 1. How to make a homemade lemon pepper seasoning, you know, super easy. Now, I'm gonna just tell you this, listen, because I don't want to over talk it. It's not even a whole lot of ingredients. So let's just go over these ingredients so I can just show you, when I tell you easy, super easy. Let's get it. Okay, look, before we even really start talking about the ingredients, look, I just want to show you like some of the tools you're gonna need. Remember, this is a series. I'm just getting started, and again, I'm starting with the lemon pepper seasoning, right? So right here, this right here is a coffee / spice grinder. Look, made by KitchenAid. What I can tell you is, you know, you fill it up, you know, you're gonna grind your spices. If you worry, okay, so listen, the price wise is gonna be very, very similar. These right here are about $40, $35 a piece. You can catch them on sale. I think I paid $37 for this one right here, right? So you can get this. Now let's talk about the mortar and pestle. You know what I mean? This right here, you're gonna spend $20, $25 for one of these anyway. It's up to you. Me and the gadget man, you know I like to have stuff to plug up, push the top down. I like to hear the noise, all of that kind of stuff, right? This right here requires a little muscle. Put your, you know, your spices in here. If you have them like that raw, for instance, if you had peppercorns like this, you put them in here and then we just work them down. Or if you want to turn all day, you can get yourself, you know, a pepper grinder, you know what I mean? You could just grind these peppercorns down until you get your right amount. It's really, really up to you. Now, I'm gonna tell you what makes this really, really simple is because we gonna use powders, which has already been grounded down, right? And then I'm using kosher salt so I can have a little texture. And that just makes it easy because you don't even need none of these. If you have even regular table salt, you could just mix this in a bowl, you know, get everything right, get your lemon zest, and then you can make it. Now, let's just start talking about these ingredients. Hey, since I touched the lemons, we'll go with this. This right here, what I got, 7 lemons. Because listen, we're gonna need to have a ½ a cup of lemon zest. And the reason I got so many lemons is when I started zesting these, look, when you start zesting these, right? You wanna make sure that you only use the yellow part and not get down into the white part of the peel. Now, right here, we got kosher salt, which I did just mention just a second ago. We got garlic powder. And then we got onion powder. And again, you guys saw the peppercorns. Now, let's talk about these little spice jars right here. Check it out. You can buy these. I'll put a link down in the description box below, and I'll pin it to the #1 comment so you guys can check it out. You guys can get yourself a set of these. They come in a set of 12. I've seen them a set of 18. Comes with the top. It comes with a funnel that you put in there so you can put all your ingredients inside of here. And you know, the cap, and it comes with labels also. All right, listen, we getting ready to start making seasonings. Now, I want you guys to take a look at this right here. Okay, right here, I got turmeric, right? And we got coriander. I'm gonna tell you where these are really important. Now, you saw the ingredients for the lemon pepper, right? If you go a low salt, I gotta say you gotta put a little salt in your, you gotta put just a little bit of salt inside of here, you know what I mean? Just so that you can make the flavors pop. But if you don't, I add a teaspoon each of both, you know, inside there, you know what I mean? And then we go from there. Now, that's what makes it cool about making your own, you know, spices or whatever. You control your salt and your sodium intake. We're gonna just call it what it is, it's sodium. So these right here are key too. And listen, I cook with it. It's just so many recipes out there, you know what I mean? So I would just suggest that, hey, these two right here, we wanna go ahead and just pick these up too. Okay, so look, we just kinda like went over the ingredients. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and just start zesting, because listen, we gotta have a ½ a cup, right? So come on in. You know, just take it, get yourself, you know, something like this, and let's just go to work. Now you'll notice, after I do this, look, I bring it up and I look at it because I want to make sure I didn't go too deep. That right there is good, and I can see the yellow down here. So right now, we're doing everything just like it's supposed to be, you know? So we'll just keep doing this until we got enough to even try to come up with a measurement. All right, so you guys can see it right here. Look, remember, we just want to have a ½ a cup. Okay, so take a look right here. This is what my lemons look like when I done it. This one right here, I haven't done nothing to it. So look, I start out with about 4. I'm gonna get a measurement just to see if I got a half a cup. All right, so I'm just gonna take this. What we'll do is we'll just put all of this back. Remember, this was just a measuring cup because we want to at least have, you know, a half a cup, right? So I'll take it. Now I'm gonna use my baking sheet like this. And what I'll do is we'll have it like that. And I'm gonna take a little fork and we'll just spread this out a little bit. You know, what we're doing is we're just getting this ready to go in this oven. You know what I mean? Because we want to dry this out a little bit. Now, you'll notice that I'm gonna be using a Breville, you know, my Breville oven. It's like a countertop oven. You know, it does a lot of functions. It even dehydrates. If I dehydrate, it would take a longer time. And the fact that everybody doesn't have a dehydrator in their kitchen, we're gonna use the oven feature. So that'll represent what everybody's gonna be using, right? So it should look just like this. You just wanna get it spreaded out, you know? Now, let's move over to the oven. Okay, now look, this is my Breville oven. This is my panel, right? I just wanna show you guys something and give you some information. Look, I'm gonna move this selector. We're gonna bring this all the way down here to dehydrate. Now that it's down here, you can see the temperature is 125 degrees. If I did that, it's gonna take longer for it to, you know, for the lemon zest to dry out, right? Now, as I said earlier, everybody doesn't have no dehydrator or nothing like this, you know what I mean? So what you wanna do is we're gonna use the bake feature. And then if we're gonna represent our oven, look, the lowest setting on most ovens is 170 degrees. So now I'm gonna take this down. We wanna take this down all the way to 170. Oh, of course this one's gonna do it because it'll go down to 125. But we'll go to 170, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit the start, and then we get ready to preheat. Now, my oven is up to temp. Let's go ahead, put this in. Put it in there, and now I'm gonna set a timer for 30 minutes. And there we have it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna go ahead and use my grinder, right? So let's just take this off. I'm gonna take the cap off the top. Listen, I'm gonna put all of these in here because, you know, I'm gonna have, this is probably gonna be more than 2.5 tablespoons, but I'm just gonna pour this in here like you see right here, right? And then we're gonna put this on just like this. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and just pulse it a couple of times. Then I'm gonna take a look at it. The only reason I'm doing it like this because I like mine to have a coarse grind to it. You can see right now, just by hitting it a couple of times, you could just see it's a few that has not been, you know, ground down. I'm gonna hit it maybe once or twice more. We're gonna leave it like that, and then we're gonna measure it out. I like that. Okay, so now we're gonna measure. I got myself a paper towel. I got my little measuring spoons right here, and I put the paper towel right here to catch anything that's excess, right? I'm gonna go ahead, turn this and take this off, take the top off. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and sprinkle this just like you see, because we're gonna need to have at least 2.5 teaspoons, so tablespoons. So we got that there. I'm gonna go ahead and just add it here. It's okay if you go over a little bit. Listen, because you're gonna wanna see the black specks anyway. Okay, now you saw me, I put the pepper in, right? So I'm gonna do it like this. So now I'm gonna add my rest of my ingredients. I'm gonna show you guys in just 1 second. And then when it comes to my salt, this is the tablespoon of kosher salt, right? I'm gonna go ahead and use that because in this version that I'm making right here, this is gonna have a little bit of salt in it. Now, let me go ahead and get the lemon zest. Okay, now you can see what it looks like when it's done, right? Listen, you wanna stay on top of it. Even though you put it in there for 30 minutes and it's at a low temperature, you wanna make sure that it does not burn, right? Listen, you want it to be as yellow as possible because that's where your flavor is gonna come from. Then go ahead and add to the rest of your mix and just get yourself a whisk or a fork, whichever one, and give it a good mix. Okay, so you guys can see, look, I went ahead, used my Pyrex, you know, measuring cup, right? Only because it has this little spout, it's gonna make it easier for you guys to use your funnel. So if you take it like this, and then when you pour it in the side, coming from a bowl, it'll get all over. So we'll just go like this, you know? And then when it, just take it, drop it around like that. Now we'll just add the top so you guys can see. And there you have it. You know what? This is your own lemon pepper seasoning. Now, by using that coarse grind kosher salt, you guys can see it. You know, you can use that. You can use a fine, a finer grind or whatever. I like the coarse grind. Now I put in a tablespoon because that's what I normally do when I just make it right here. And this right here pops. It's up to you. You can use a teaspoon up to a tablespoon. And then if you like I said, we can control it and control how much sodium we put in this. So tell me what you guys think down in the comment section below and we'll go from there. Okay, so look, here it is. You guys just made your first, lemon pepper seasoning, on your own. This right here, all I can tell you is you gotta try it. You can sprinkle it, on your chicken if you're gonna do it that way or whatever. Anytime you need a lemon pepper seasoning, you got it. Hey, but listen, you put this, we're gonna talk about it being in the wet, right? So when I say a wet lemon pepper seasoning, this is going to go into like a quarter cup or, a quarter cup of butter. You wanna melt that butter. You put a tablespoon of this inside of it. And then you know what? You just go ahead and mix it up and then you toss whatever you want to toss, like wings or whatever it is. You toss it in that and that right there give you that wet lemon pepper seasoning. Hey, so listen, I don't want to over talk it no more. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. And with that being said, you guys, check it out. Here it is again. I'm out of here. Peace.